Here's a good one for you. How do I have wetsuits that are over 10 years old? It's simple. I don't use them very often, but one thing I do is I take them when I've finished with them and I wash the salt water off. This is because I have a summer suit, I have a thick summer suit, a thin summer suit, I have a full steamer, and I also have a couple of what I call friend suits, which I keep for family members who've forgotten theirs and so on. But all of them at the end of the season, including my son's wetsuit, go into the bathtub with some fresh water and you wash the salt water off. You just leave them soaking there for an hour or so. They don't need much water because there's no point filling the bath too high because wetsuits are made of neoprene and they float. And you just swim them around a bit, come back half an hour later, switch them around a bit more, and then hang them up in the bath, leave them in the bath to drain, hang them up to dry for half an hour. They drip dry mostly, and they're done. And this is how some of my wetsuits are 10 years old, and I've got one that's 15 years old. It's very simple. The salt water does more damage to the wetsuit than wearing it. The salt water does more damage to the wetsuit out of season when you're not using it than anything else. My steamer, for example, my full suit, will probably be used when I go surfing in November or October. It's currently August, but I'm not willing to leave it sat in a cupboard covered in salt water. The salt crystals get into the neoprene, and as the moisture levels go up and down, the salt crystals will reform and deform, and this will create lots of micro fractures, and it'll poke into the neoprene. And this is on a microscopic level, and I've seen pictures of it online, and I might post them on this video. And this does damage to the neoprene. And just soaking it in some water, taking out probably 90% of the salt, will keep your wetsuit looking good and working for a lot longer. If your wetsuits are only lasting 1 or 2 surfing seasons, it could be your storage which is causing the problem. Salt water is, for a better word, a mildly caustic solution to most plastics and most materials. It can over time damage anything. Okay, thanks for watching, and I also do the same thing with my buoyancy aid there. Just nasty. Okay, thanks for watching, and it's always good to store a wetsuit free of salt. Thanks very much. Bye. Oh, also, if you happen to be doing this in fresh water and you wondering, do I do this when I use my wetsuit in fresh water? The answer is yes, because putting it in some good old-fashioned chlorinated tap water, which is what this is also going to kill most microbes that exist in the suit. Keeps it smelling fresh as well. There's nothing wrong with washing your wetsuit. Thanks very much. Bye. Oh, and that's the murky water and all the sand and just the greeny coloured water that comes off your wetsuit after you finish soaking it. So for long-term storage, always remember to rinse your wetsuit. Look at all that sand. That's a lot. That all sat on the wetsuit all winter.